Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, and we're at our first little jump point. The chem fuel stockpile is down here in this ancient stockpile entrance. Armstrong has been working at it all day, and he hasn't gotten locked out. I don't know if I don't know if it's only certain ones that you can get locked out of, but he might get this in one go. Our other folks have just been deconstructing some steel around the map, steel buildings, as well as mining some jade. We did find an ancient danger, and thankfully we did not prematurely open that, but we'll probably check it out on our way out. We've been on this tile for a full day. It's going to be another 2 days, basically, before we can get off the tiles. So hopefully tomorrow we can pop down here, get the chem fuel out of there, and then maybe we'll crack the ancient danger open while the engine is cooling down the rest of the way. We can get some of the steel hauled into the ship. Over on this map, we just slaughtered some thrombos that wandered onto the map. Looks like we have some leftover meat. Actually, that's probably from some other animals, but we're just recycling that before it expires. I was going to say mana reserves. My colony is not a mage. Our network plasma is pretty low, so we can use our new transporter room to go ahead and recycle some of that. We can probably recycle this bird skin and thrombo leather. That'll get us tons. I'm hesitant to recycle the thrombo horns, but that does get us a good amount. So we'll go ahead and do it. Check the status of our bills. We need to make some isolinear chips. We need to make some OE jumpsuits, and then we've been working on grid mesh and grid link stuff. Down here, ooh, we have made a proton carbine. It is excellent. So excellent means that it should have a trait, has quick reload. So range cooldown is 80%. I want more weapons. Let's work on the phaser rifles first, and let's crank those up to 2. Reed, why don't we get you? We've been meaning to get you off this weapon for quite a while. Hello, Reed? Can you not reach it? Like, what's going on? Am I just not clicking it right? Go ahead and equip that, my dude. If we get to masterwork, I think it starts doing EMP shots, which will be great for mechs, provide some stunning. And I think the EMP rounds themselves do a +4 on damage, so extra damage. And then masterwork, what do we get? We get extended magazine. Cool. And those traits are pretty similar across the different types of proton weapons. But they are slightly different. It doesn't make sense to have the exact same traits on like a pistol and a sniper. Okay, our colonists have woken up. We're leaving Gilbert to tend to the sick as well as the prisoner on the ship, and then everyone else is going down. If is the first one to arrive. Check some things out. Okay, we found the chem fuel right away. We also see that there's going to be an explosion if we go in there. So we need to make sure that we Ooh, don't blow it up in there. Hold fire. Don't fire at will. Don't fire at will. Wait. Okay, now. Oh, that was smooth, you guys. Okay. We'll say unforbid on that stuff. Let's get some of our stronger researchers down here. Actually, Kif, why don't you go ahead and start hacking a door? Dale, you can start hacking a door. Armstrong, you can hack a door. Go here. Hey. You can open that. Why don't you check that out? Why don't you just like... Armstrong, head this way. Dale, back him up. Oh, and everyone back up a little bit. Everyone back up a little bit. Okay, fine. Team 2. Magnus. Okay. Open that guy up. Crimson, why don't you open these up and then you can report for duty there. Armstrong, open this guy up and then here. Okay, nothing. Dale, work on the door. Armstrong, pop in. Kiff, you can open that. Let's get you guys over this way. Oh, we got some grab light panels, which is great. I feel like we've been really slow on those, but our flight did get us to complete GravTech research. So we've been able to make grav light. Well, no, now we can make grav light panels. We just need to make sure that people are ready to go into space. That's something that we've been very slow at. Lexi, you can hack that door. Crimson, you can pop over here as well. Lots of sealed crates in this one. Skill trainer melee. Oh, that's great. Armstrong, you're like our latest melee, right? So let's go ahead and have you use the skill trainer. And then when we get back home, you should be high enough skill for us to be able to give you a role. Actually, we can do it on the ship because we do have a ritual room on the ship. So that'll work out. Oh, transporter room 2. Okay. So we got a pad. We got a transporter console. We have a second transporter room coming into being. Well, a second one for that outpost. Alexi. Oh, okay. Dale. If Alexi. Okay, blast door opened. Doesn't even matter. You guys can start loading. So let's do exit stockpile. I think it's Dale, Kiff, and Armstrong. Have you let's grab all that stuff and panels. Except that. Lexi, you can finish that when you're done. Okay, got some meals. And I think this might be the last door. Do a little double check. It looks like it. Oh, actually, we got some more doors. Oh, nice. Tech print laser technology. That is our second tech print for laser technology. So we'll be able to start doing the laser research. And I'm most excited about that for the turrets specifically. We've used them a lot. I like them. So I'm very excited that that is what we got. Okay, you guys are out of there. Up top, we'll just make sure that we haul this stuff urgently. And then we'll take the ship out of here in like another day. Okay, gathering folks so that we can get this ancient danger cracked open. Armstrong, why don't you pop in right there? And the rest of you right there. Okay, have you guys not do that. H. Okay, some flesh beasts. Not very scary. Oh, actually, the little tri-spikes. Okay, Magnus, go ahead and open that up for me. You guys are free to go. What did we get? Oh, we got Archean seeds. That is pretty random. Kind of nice. We'll take it. We are, I think, able to launch in 6 hours? 3 hours. Okay, it took them a little while to march over there. So we will hit up that quest site in just a moment. And we have arrived at the survey scanning site. It is right there. So we need to protect it for 15 days. This crew will be here. I am curious. Actually, let's go out to the world. So you guys are out there. They're just a little outside of our transporter range. We can see the Zenith transporter range, our colony's transporter range. I still haven't changed the recipe on the build transporter relay, but we'll go ahead and launch a couple. We'll get a couple launched to see if we can make it easier to get reinforcements here or get people back if we need to get them back. Okay, we got our latest 2 transporter beacons or transporter relays. So our ability to our transporter range from our base is pretty broad, and then these 2 relays are within range of the ship, so it's actually extending the ship's range as well right now. I want to get some things home. If I go here, I don't have the beam home option. So what I'm going to have to do is, let's go ahead and set up a beam out. So let's assemble a away team. Send Kif. Kif, we're going to send you with all the steel. We're going to send you with the tech prints that we gathered. And skill trainer. That's fine. Anything else critical that we want to like send back home? So we can send the jade as potential like fuel and the plasteel that we've gathered as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and accept. And Kif is probably off somewhere mining. Oh, he wasn't too far away. New recruit. Okay, welcome to the team. We'll hit attack for you. And actually what I want to do is I want to send her. Yeah, we'll just send her back to base. So if you'll stay here, we'll assemble a away team. We'll send you with all that stuff that we wanted to sell, or not sell, but like send. We can send this. Send all that. Actually, the gravite panels get stored on the ship, so we'll keep them here. I don't know why we have grid mesh here and a grid link, but we can take all that stuff and we'll hit accept. And she'll just hop on the pad. Everything that she's bringing with her doesn't need to be hauled. Beam out. Let's beam you close to home. Farm caravan there. And then on the world map, we can just like, she's immobile because she's got too much stuff. Transporter room 1 or the Zenith transporter room. Oh, because their ranges are overlapping. We're going to send you to transporter room 1. And transporter room 1, entire caravan. Wait, where did she has it? Go ahead and drop the tech prints like right away. I want 1 to come over here and apply the tech prints ASAP. And then she's going to start unloading. Actually, she's going to spend all day unloading. So let's just have her drop everything where it is. Oh my gosh. And the lifters can help out with this stuff. The other colonists can help out with this stuff. She's going to equip some gear. We don't really have a weapon for you. We'll have you equip that phaser. Welcome to the colony. Oh, that is quite a mouthful. We're just going to call you Movin'. Welcome to the colony, Movin'. We have our first growth moment for Cheddar. This is a tough choice. Iron Willed is so good, but Gifted is amazing. A +4 in everything. Your father is a doctor, and I think your mother's our ship's counselor, right? So I think we'll do medical, we'll do shooting. I do need crafters, so potentially we'll see what we can get out of you. That is great. We just had some sheep join. We're going to slaughter them and recycle them. And we've had some infested chunks land on the map. So we'll keep those around. Hopefully nothing accidentally triggers them. But if we get a raid down here, we could go ahead and open those guys up by taking a shot. Our little crew over here was having a little outdoor party. They're here for 11 more days. They're doing a bunch of steel mining, which has been great because we can send that straight back to the colony. We've been so low on it, but while they're here, we might as well crack open this ancient danger as well. Magnus and Armstrong right there. Everyone else line up right there is pretty good. You guys can go ahead and start cracking that open. Imperial Trader. Okay. No triple spikes. You guys are free to go. Oh, a legendary helmet. That's not bad. And we'll just leave these ancients. We'll leave them be. Okay, well, we're having some somewhat quiet time. I did want to take a look at this transporter room. It is fully outfitted, so it has a floor pattern buffer, which grants a charge per pad. So we're getting 6 charges from this guy, and then each wall pattern buffer grants 2 charges, and I think we can do 7 per room. We can do 6 pads per room. So total, that's like 20 charges. If we have all 20 charges charged, that means that this transporter console is requiring 4,200 watts of power. So that was like some balancing that I did, that each active charge, so each charge that's available, not just the charge cap, increases the power consumption by 200 watts. I think that's crazy excessive. You know, it was one thing when it was just like this tiny transporter room and we were rocking 2 consoles here, 1,200 watts of power, 6 charges. Didn't seem that crazy. But the plans that I have in mind is I want to be able to beam like 12 people at a time, maybe even more, right? So having multiple transporter rooms is something that I envision for my future colonies when playing this. So I'm probably going to tune the additional power costs down quite a bit. Right now it's 200 per charge. If we cut that in half, that would still be 2,101 watts of power for a transporter room. That feels a lot better, maybe not quite right, so I might cut it down to like 50 watts per charge or 75. So look forward to that. Hopefully sooner rather than later if it's not already out. I'll plan that for my kind of like the version 3 of the alpha update, and then I'll see about getting these updated so that you know, it doesn't look quite as scary in there. But right now, my solution is just I'm gonna extend to more power, and we're probably not gonna run both transporter rooms at the same time. We have these consoles turned off. We have this console turned off. I'll probably get these charges good to go and then turn this console off. That way it doesn't interfere with our plasma generation too much. We have been lacking on plasma generation from power because our transporter room's been eating it all. So I've been doing a lot of recycling of even silver, just like anything to make sure that we can continue to produce meals and feed ourselves. Okay, we are getting raided at the, whatever this is called, site, survey scanning site. It's only 5 of them. Dale, do you really not have armor? Gear, you really don't. Okay. We need to get that fixed. It's just 5 guys, mostly melee though, so I think we should be perfectly fine. Go ahead and set up right here. We'll grab Armstrong and Magnus because we will probably end up telling them to search and destroy, like they're preparing for a little while. Okay. Magnus, Armstrong. Okay, you guys are good to go. I guess we should take a look and see if any of them are exceptional. Athletic is nice. Medical, intellectual, bloodlust. You are clumsy, chemical fascination. You are a pyromaniac. Pyromaniac amphibian, basically. No, we're okay. I think we're fine without any of you guys. Okay, back up. Hey guys, so I missed recording this raid. We had a little breach raid. It was mostly Drell. We decided to pick up this guy. He's really good at shooting. He's iron-willed. He lost a hand, so we are making some bionic parts up at the matter assembly bench up here. Actually, it looks like his arm might be ready. We'll hold on to that until we get him recruited. Do we have you set to convert? We do. We don't have our counselor with us. I almost called Gilbert Troy. We also have some other stuff going on down here. We have all of our folks that we're going to be wearing just the Odyssey Expedition apparel. So like Reed and Adkins, they've all been assigned to this area. We are working on building some biosculptor pods so that we can finally get like Viren, his eye scar healed, and I think Magnus has a brain scar. But you might notice this new building right here. It's the grid relay, and this is kind of like my precursor collective consciousness type technology for Strange New Rim. It'll be expanded upon in the Borg module, obviously, but this is more akin to, if you're familiar with Star Trek Voyager, there was an episode with former Borg that had started calling themselves the Cooperative. So they weren't just a singular hive mind, but they did have kind of like a shared mind connected type experience. And so that's what this grid relay is supposed to be kind of like representing, along with the grid relay. So the grid relay is upgradable. We can install various bionics in it to increase kind of like the effect of the grid relay. So if we get some of these bionics installed, then it'll show you what kind of stat bonuses that it's going to offer to grid linked pawns. There's also ability upgrades that can happen. So instead of installing a joy wire into a pawn, we can install it into the grid relay, and we can temporarily, we can hit the button that would become available to grant all of the pawns on the grid relay joy fuzz. So they'd be happy for a little while. Their consciousness would also be reduced for a little while. So it's not a permanent effect. Same thing with the pain stopper, and the circadian half cycler can be turned on and off after being installed in the grid relay. So if you really need to get some work done, you can turn it on and pawns will just not sleep for as long as it's turned on. But of course they'll have the side effect of that, which I think is reduced consciousness. What else is going on? So we have the grid relay, we have all its installs, we have the abilities the grid relay has, and then we also have the grid link. So this is a self-installable implant. We'll go ahead and have Croy install it. And that will get her connected to this grid relay. The grid relay puts out 500 watts of power. It increases its power output per pawn connected to it. So we're planning on connecting 6, so it should start outputting 2000 watts of power once we get all those pawns connected to the grid relay. Having a grid link installed, if the grid relay gets destroyed, the kind of like mood bonuses associated with being connected to that collective consciousness will start to fade, and then will start to be replaced with some mood negatives about not being connected to the grid relay. Once you have a grid link implant, you also are able to do self-installs of grid mesh, which is the grid relay bionic parts that don't require surgery. So let's go ahead and let's install this in your right arm. We're gonna take that. So grid synchronization. So she is connected to the grid relay. She has the grid mesh. It's going to take 10 days for these tech fibers to grow into her right arm. As it progresses, it will start providing an efficiency bonus until on day 10 it becomes the max bonus. While it is installing, you can see she's in a little bit of pain. The pain will increase 1% per day. So probably don't want to do too many of these at the same time, but we'll do her right arm and we'll do her left leg so we can get 2 of these going on her. And it'll provide efficiency bonuses as well as increase her injury healing rate factor by 0.05. When they're like fully kitted out with all the grid mesh, I think that ends up being a 0.35 increase to healing rate. So just slightly under the bionic that increases healing rate. Okay, so we got Croy connected. Move in. Why don't we go ahead and get you connected? And do we have another? We have another one right here. Let's go ahead and get Adkins connected. Install. Health-wise, she should have a consciousness bonus. Right now, it's just like a flat 5%, but I want it to scale based on the number of colonists, so it'll probably start off with like no consciousness bonus, and then when there's 2 pawns on the relay, it'll go up to 1, and then maybe we'll have it cap out at like 5 or 10, because consciousness bonus is pretty powerful and increases manipulation, talking, eating. And if we go down here, you should be producing 750 watts of power. I think we have some other bionics. Like we have like psychic harmonizers. Are those eligible to be installed? Psychic harmonizer? No. Oh yeah, we can go ahead and install one of those. Roy, can you go ahead and prioritize installing that? We'll show off how the bonus works. Okay. So we've been holding on to these since like very early game. We got them as like rewards. And I've been trying to avoid recycling them, but if we take a look at the grid relay, we have one psychic harmonizer installed. So that's giving her a that's giving all the grid relay pawns a 25% resistance to psychic droners, only when they're negative. If we get all 4 in, they'll have 100% resistance to that. And this isn't just like if there are researches that we can do. So like for the neurocalculator, doing research will grant you 2 points in progression. So we don't need to have 4 neurocalculators. We can do the research, get halfway there, and then install 2 more. So there's a couple different ways to get the grid relay kind of fully upgraded. You can buy bionics and install them manually. You can wait until you have the research completed. I think we have some of these researches queued up. And then you don't have to spend as many bionics. So we're power output 1250. We'll get the last 3. So I think Reed, Cheddar, and Newton on the grid link as soon as we can. Move in. Let's go ahead and let's do install grid mesh torso and then install grid mesh spine. When the grid mesh is installed in the spine, it will cure bad back and frail. It won't prevent them, but it will cure them. So a pun might acquire them, but it'll get cured by the grid mesh spine eventually. Grid mesh can only be installed on natural body parts. So if someone loses their arm completely, gets it replaced by a bionic, they're not going to be able to install a grid mesh on that bionic part. And I think we should take a look at these guys. I think they're here for like 10 more days, 8.5 days. So they're about halfway through. They've had to deal with 1 raid. I feel like for me, there's been a lot going on this episode. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys with my whole like little spiel about the grid link, but I just wanted you guys to know what that was, since we have one installed here and I haven't done a dev blog about it. I think that's going to be it for today though. Thanks for hanging out with me as always. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.